Hiya! Welcome to Records Roundup number 36. Little bit of an impromptu one today, as I've still got a lot more that I'm waiting for in the post, including a couple of albums that I'm so excited to get and really kickstart a collection that, while on one hand it could turn out to be a bit expensive if I'm really going to try and collect all the albums because they're all deleted now, I did manage to find a couple, and one of them being a brand new reissue as well, or newish. But anyway, they've not come yet. I was going to wait for those and a couple other things that I'm still waiting for, pre-orders, etc., to arrive. But I've got 4 records to show you today, a couple of albums, one that I consider an album but it's technically an EP, and we'll start off with a 7-inch single, a brand new release one as well, albeit a reissue. Hopefully plenty to enjoy here today for Records Roundup 36. I've had a little bit of a break from filming stuff, not for any particular reason other than that I've needed a bit of a break, and also I've just been waiting for stuff to come in the post. Right, so let's get started with a purchase from EMP. It's a 7-inch single, and I knew that the album that this was originally on was being reissued in anniversary form. I've not ordered that, I'll explain why in a moment, but then suddenly I saw this single, I think it was on the band's official website, so I thought, oh, EMP are always good for ordering records for this band. Let me see if they've got it, and they had. And I'm talking about the reissue of Du Hast, arguably Rammstein's most well-known song, on 7-inch for the very first time. So Du Hast originally came out in 1997 and was one of the singles from the band's second studio album, Sehnsucht. Now Sehnsucht is getting its anniversary reissue very soon, possibly it'll be out, or it'll almost be coming out by the time this video comes out. I've not pre-ordered that anniversary issue. I bought Sehnsucht. I've had the CD for donkey's years, and I bought the 2LP vinyl album a year or so back when I started doubling up my Rammstein collection. The anniversary edition, it's a bit of a weird one. It's ended up being like the 26th anniversary, is it? 97 to 2023. I've probably got that wrong. Maths was never my strong point. It's had a new remaster supposedly, but the last one I got was apparently remastered anyway. Nothing new on it, so I didn't need another copy of it, particularly on LP. As tempting as it was, there's nothing different really. It's just, you know, different packaging, a supposed new remaster that's not really going to sound any different from any of the other masters of the album. I thought this single's a nice collector's item, and as soon as I saw that this was out or coming out, I pre-ordered it at EMP. Probably about £20 I think, with free postage, which is quite steep for a single. I kind of expect it really. I'm opening this carefully, although there's no hype sticker, so I'll probably take all the cellophane off and put it in one of my 7-inch protectors later on. I'm opening it because I believe this is coloured vinyl. So side A is Du Hast, and side B, if I can get it out, is a brand new mix of another album track from Sehnsucht, Spiel mit mir, which is one of my favourite songs on that album actually. It might even be, if not my favourite, then it's kind of second or third. I'm looking forward to hearing. It probably won't sound an awful lot different. I don't think it's a massively rejigged remix. It's just going to be some sort of slightly retweaked version. So that's your inner sleeve there. Yes, I was right, this does come on white vinyl. Side B there, Spiel mit mir, is the 2023 mix. Probably the same as what's on the new anniversary edition album. And then Du Hast, it doesn't say that that's the 2023 mix, but I'm assuming it would be, given that this is obviously coming out to promote the Sehnsucht anniversary remaster. Just seems weird that it didn't come out last year when it was the 25th anniversary, but Rammstein released a brand new studio album, Zeit, last year, which I've talked about a lot on the channel. A fantastic album, probably my favourite album of last year, but I'm a Rammstein fan. I'm a bit biased anyway. But yeah, happy to have that. It's not often you get a new Rammstein single come out on vinyl, so I had to snap this one up. Du Hast, the reissue. Du hast mich, du to a couple of purchases made on eBay, and this one only arrived today. I just opened it because I didn't expect I was actually going to be doing any filming today. This is an album that originally came out in 1995, and it's one I've been thinking about getting for a long time, especially since I got a box set by this group not too long ago. I'm talking about, I'll just take it out of the protective sleeve that it came in, Octopus by the Human League. A little bit disappointed there, look that the spine's a bit tatty. I don't recall seeing that mentioned on the eBay listing. It might have been, and it might have just been me forgetting or missing it. Not to worry, it's not the end of the world. This was a good price, that was the main thing. I'm not sure if this is the original 95 issue or the 2020 reissue of the album. I thought it was the 2021, and it'll say so on screen, but I will look that up properly when I log this into my Discogs account. It's come separated from its inner sleeve there. It is one of the poly-lined inner sleeves that I like. Doesn't feel a particularly heavy album, this. It was very lightweight vinyl actually. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the 2020 reissue, but it's certainly not 180 gram no matter when it came out. And to me, 180 gram weight albums are kind of not a new thing, but a more recent sort of, I was going to say fad within vinyl collecting, but that seems a little bit sarcastic really. But yeah, Human League, I bought their Virgin Years box set, which I've got just down here to the right of me, which of course, as it would suggest, has all the Human League albums from I think their third onwards that they released on Virgin Records up until their 1990 album, and then this was their first one since 1990. It came out on East West Records. Couple of amazing singles that I've always loved on here, Tell Me When and One Man in My Heart. I think there's another single that came out off this that I'm not quite as familiar with, but I will have heard it before. Just an album that I've been threatening to pick up if I saw it for a good price for a long time. And Human League, obviously getting that Virgin Albums box set was a nice way of instantly sort of starting a collection off. But I have threatened to get certainly the other more recent albums of theirs, and there's not many of them. There is another one, the follow-up to this, that's been reissued again in half-speed master form, I think in the summer sometime, and I would like to pick that up, A, because it's a Human League album, and B, I don't think I actually own any half-speed master records currently. I paid £20 for it. I'm not going to complain about that. I will check the eBay listing and see if that was mentioned about the spine being damaged a bit, and if it wasn't, then maybe I'll get in touch with them and see if we can get a bit of money back off it, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Got this after a couple of years or more, really threatening to. Octopus by Sheffield's Human League.
Should I lie so you can cry in your sleep tonight? One man in my heart, one man in my head, one man in my home, one man in my bed.
The next eBay purchase is a brand new and sealed album, and it continues in my Suede collection. This is Love and Poison, live at the Brixton Academy on the 16th of May 1993. And as you can see, it is another one of the US London Suede editions. It's more by look than anything that this was a London Suede album rather than Suede. I have mentioned in previous Records Roundup videos that I do like to get the ones that say the London Suede on, just because they make it a little bit different and perhaps a little rarer. But this was actually the cheapest version of this particular album that comes out on clear vinyl that was on eBay anyway. And although they didn't have the picture of the actual album up, they just had a stock photo of the normal Suede edition. It did say in the description London Suede, etc, etc, so I thought I'd risk it, and if it turns out it's the UK or European issue, it doesn't matter, it's the album I want. but as it turns out, it was the London Suede one. It's actually over 2 discs, this. Love and Poison, I think, originally was a VHS release from Suede, and many years later they decided to release the soundtrack from it, if you will, on vinyl, and presumably it's been out on CD at some point as well. I do like the die cut sleeve here. I don't show them enough love really, but when I do get them, and I have got a few in my collection now, I always like them. This one is certainly very good. Just get one of the discs out because they're both going to be the same colour. Oh, by the way, as you can see, this is a Record Store Day 2021 release as well. I wasn't collecting Suede, not to this extent back then. Back then I just had a couple of their mini discs. It's nice that it retains the RSD hype and the Demon Records gold hype sticker there as well. So just a quick look at one of the discs. So an early Suede concert featuring pretty much mostly tracks off their first album, which is an important year for that album as it's the 30th anniversary. That's getting a half-speed remaster reissue. I've got a different version of the debut album, so not something I'll be looking to pick up, but when I saw I could get this at a good price, there again, brand new. Don't think this was much more than about £22-23 with free postage. Happy to get that. My first Suede live album, and it'll go nicely with the Suede Demos Record Store Day release that I showed you in the last Records Roundup. Love and Poison from the Britpop legends themselves. The London, although real Suede fans probably won't like me saying that, the London Suede. And finally, another pickup from Banquet Records. I've been using them a lot lately, and one of the albums that I mentioned at the start of the video that I'm so excited to finally get and finally listen to, that was actually a purchase from Banquet, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that they don't get in touch with me and say that it's out of stock or something, because that was just a really lucky find for me. But more on that if and when I get it. But this is a new release, technically an EP, but I consider it more of a mini album as it does have 8 tracks on, and it is the second part of the Weezer Seasons series, namely Summer. So I've been waiting for this for a little while. It's only just come out, but I don't think they were that slow in sending it out because I pre-ordered it like back in April. I think it was a mixture of them still sending out Record Store Day stuff, and I got all my RSD releases from Banquet, and it did take them a while, but they had so many orders to fulfill, then I could forgive them for taking sweet time over it. And also I think Royal Mail were hanging on to this for a day or two longer. But Seasons Summer, I think the bonus track on here, as they do put a bonus track on the vinyl editions as opposed to the CD in digital, is possibly Porsche, which is the penultimate track on side B. It's another one I'll get open as it's more coloured vinyl for your eyes. It's got this barcode hype sticker on that seems to be standard for the Weezer Season series, and it's also got this nice metallic looking Atlantic Records 75th anniversary sticker on as well. Obviously I'm expecting Autumn and Winter to come out on vinyl. All of them have been released on CD and on digital streaming etc. last year, but this year is the year that they're all coming out on vinyl, so I've just been waiting for these. And you will have seen me show you Seasons Spring in a Records Roundup video probably about 3 months ago, thereabouts. So there's your inner. Oh, there we are. What's it classed as, this? Is it just like a transparent yellow, or have they got a name for it? Transparent neon yellow. Yeah, I'm not sure how good that's coming out on camera. It probably looks pretty good actually. The Seasons logo is there on the centre label as well. Great stuff, just keeps my Weezer collection up to date. I do collect Weezer exclusively on vinyl, and I was really happy to get the last studio album of theirs that I needed only a few months ago. And then of course I'm enjoying collecting the Seasons series this year on wax. So that's it, Weezer, Seasons, Summer.
I keep on rocking past the coda, and even if the world is ending, as I go out you'll hear me singing. I don't feel no pain when people make me mad. I don't hear a word they say, just the sound of scratches. I hear records in my head everywhere that I go. I got records in my head spinning out of control. They go round and around and again, round and around and again, round and around and oh yeah, records in my head.
Thank you all for watching. A bit of a truncated records roundup today. It's nice just to get back in the swing of recording after a little bit of a break. It probably doesn't seem that I've had a break because I'm always putting content out of some form, but a lot of the content that I've been putting out since the previous records roundup has just been stuff that I've prepared quite well in advance really. But nice to get back on camera. Well, it's nice for me, probably not so much for anyone watching, but oh well. You take your chances with this channel, don't you? I want to say special thanks as always to my wonderful subscribers and my generous patrons. Please see referral links for HMV as well as Urban Jungle Contents Insurance down in the description text box below. Also there you will find a link for my Patreon page where you can help support this channel from as little as $1 United States dollar a month. And also there's my Facebook group, which is completely free and is open to anyone providing you don't mind having a Facebook account. And I know some people are a bit funny about Facebook, and I don't blame you for that, but we get on all right over there on the Jimmy Barnes Facebook group. We rub along together nicely. I'm gonna go now. Stuff to listen to. The Rammstein single Du Hast, even though that and the B-side are both songs that I've heard numerous times over the years, will probably get listened to first, as I do tend to listen to the singles first, as they don't take very long at all. And then I've got some nice stuff from Weezer, Suede, and of course the Human League to get cracking into as well. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time, and I'm sure it won't be too long in the near future, for my next records roundup and for my next record collecting video. Cheers everyone. See ya!